Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. Scorpio, you're going to start off the April reads, right? Granted, it is less than 24 hours away, and we are there. We have made it to April. There's a lot floating in the air, right? And as I was preparing to do your reading here, what was the words? Oh my gosh, I just repeated it to myself many times so I would not forget. And I forgot. There was something, though, in the general context of we're not doing this again. There was a specific word, though, that started with the letter D, and I can't remember what the hell it was. Go figure. Anyhow, your April read, Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that's you, welcome to the channel. I think I have responded to all emails. If you have not heard back from me, check your email. If you've not done so recently, I know there was ones from 7 days ago and things like that. So again, that's typically not my MO. Typical 24 to 48 hour response, but you know, I'm human. It is what it is, I guess. So if you're looking to reach out to me, check your email. I think I've responded to all. And if you have not heard back from me, do not hesitate to reach out to me once again, because everything is kind of clear and clean, so I can see everything a little better now. So I hope that makes sense. But so yeah, Scorpio, April read. We're going to see, we're not going there again. We're not going there again. I'm hearing we're not going there again. So there's somebody or something that kind of wants to rehash the past with you in April. Surprise, surprise, Mercury retrograde, right? Venus retrograde, all the retrogrades. No thanks. It's bittersweet, but no thanks. We're not rehashing this shit anymore. Okay, no more. All right, personal reads are open. Channel memberships are open. We had the first moon event, if you want to call it that, moon reading under the channel membership. So please do join us for that in the future. If you've not done so, go to the channel, find yourself a member video, click on it. It will show the join button. Join the spiritual, the healing series and higher than $9.99. That'll take you where you need to be for those. And then other videos go out to the channel members as well. So we're getting things done slowly but surely. Okay, so let's see here. Scorpio, let's jump into it. Let's see what's going on in your energy for the month of April. What do we need to know? We're going to use some different decks here. I'm feeling inclined to do some things differently. And as I say that to you, the 10, oh, I know what I'm going to wait for that 10 of Wands. We'll get into that later. That may end up being on a post. All right, Scorpio, April. Woo, everything's falling over. What does April look like for Scorpio here, Spirit? April for Scorpio. Keep your ears peeled. As I say that, there comes the library. What do you hear in the library? You should hear nothing, right? It should be silence. Swimming pool. Emotional confusion. Emotional befuddlement in the month of April. Venus retrograde doing its fine and dandy thing, right? Let's see. Scorpio in April. We're going, okay. Thank you, Spirit, for Scorpio in April. I'm hearing it's a huge hang up. It's almost like if you're interested in love, right? We use this as an example. You go out on a date with somebody and they've got all of these wonderful things about them, and then there's this one thing and you're like, I just don't know if I can get past that. Is this okay? Scorpio, this could be in part of some level of self-acceptance, you changing things about yourself. Like, if I could change this one thing about myself, this would be it. What if you accepted yourself as a whole in April? What if you accepted yourself as a whole? The twists, the curves, the turns, all of the things. I do feel like there's a glow up that's happening with this beauty salon and river cards that are coming out, where you're more invested in nurturing the self, right? So, but it feels tangible. So looks, hair, makeup, dressing differently, Spirit, thank you. Beautifying, it doesn't even have to be you, but you beautifying your surroundings in the month of April. So, Northern Hemisphere, spring is sprung, 444 on the clock. You could just be, watching things grow and creation happening, right? Some Empress sort of energy. Absolutely, right? So there's that. And but needing to hear something, Scorpio. You could be closing out a cycle. Crossroads. When did, I wanted to look that up earlier and I didn't do it. Damn it, I'm not even going to speak on it because I don't know if it's factual. So we'll leave it. Crossroads, Scorpio. Crossroads. Let's see. April. What is April holding for Scorpio? And one to cross. And one to cross. She's crossing the street in Crossroads. Literally, one. I heard one to cross. And there's the street. And the other card that came out was Crossroads, and it was showing streets. It's like, how did the chicken cross the road? Or why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? In Spirit saying, if you didn't find it unique, would you even go? Wherever you're going somewhere in April, you know, and obviously, like, you're going to the store. I'm pretty sure I just seen an orb go across my face somewhere in there. You're going somewhere, right? And when I say you're going somewhere, this is not, this is not just like taking a normal trip somewhere or doing, like, you know, Pocahontas just around the river bend. Like, this isn't just around the river bend. This is on the other side of the street. You're going somewhere in April. There's something here happening, Scorpio. This could be a soul journey, though. This may not be a physical transit that you're taking in the month of April. Do be Scorpio. I don't even know what to say. Holy shit. Scorpio, I'm going to be straight with you as always, right? Some of you could be leaning into fate. A little bit of a dark side, maybe. Hidden realms. There's a curiosity, Scorpio, that's naturally, like, I got my feet tapping, which is odd. It's a little bit of nervousness or anxiety buildup, right? Something you're not typically used to. Something you typically wouldn't do. Do you know the whole story, right? Do you know what goes, Spirit, do you know what goes on behind the scenes of things? There's a lot of thrills and realms to a certain scenario here. Could be a job. Could be a person. Scorpio, I just did the weekly for you this morning, and it talked about some curiosity, right? It talked about investigating, right? It was like your investigation mode had been activated, I think is how I titled that. And this is a little bit of a repeat. But this to me is a bit ominous. Like, do you really know what's on the other side of what you're dealing with? Scorpio, it makes me kind of pause and go, would you go out in the woods at night alone in the dark? Somewhere where you have no idea where you are? It's almost like somebody drawing you in, somebody calling you in. There's some sort of delivery package that could be arriving. Do be cautious. Do be cautious. For some of you, Scorpio, what have I tapped into here? For some of you, this is like, you could be very well dealing with polar opposites. Like, this could be like catfishing. This could be, for some of you, you could meet somebody who really does talk the talk and walk the walk. At the same time, you could be meeting somebody who does not. It's like, do a background check on these people. Where do they come from? You know, and I hate to be so skeptical about people, but this is the reality of the world that we live in. How much do you know about them? Even coworkers. Careful accepting rides from people you don't know, Scorpio. You know, snakes come alive in April, right? When spring has sprung, and it gets warmer, the snakes come out of hibernation. Thank you, Spirit. I said this morning, it's like chameleon, right? They kind of blend in with the surroundings. They're blending, Scorpio. And you need to be very cautious of that in April, particularly the first 2 weeks. Spirit, after that, then it's like smooth sailing. Then you'll see the big picture, right? But, you know, you remember, oh gosh, I don't even know if I can say this on here or not. Years in 11/11, you're protected. Years ago, what was that, around 2000? Like anthrax was the thing. Remember them talking about that stuff? You need to watch your mail and all that kind of thing. Pay attention to what you're getting in the mail. Is it poisonous? Is it threatening? Right? It doesn't have to be like life and death, right? That's not what I'm saying. Are you getting a threatening letter? You know, a demand for something? You're being told you have to do something? There's many different avenues for all of you that this could take in the month of April. But heed your own intuition on whatever this is. Okay? Heed your own intuition. That's going to be a very important factor for you, is to heed that. And, you know, I think it's funny, like, you've gone through this big cycle where a lot of things are closing out, and you may be, you know, in this glow up with this salon card, feeling really good about yourself, right? Feeling really good about the way that your life is going for you on a personal note, and deciding what side of that street you want to cross. Or dare you go over to that little shop across the way, right? You ever go down a place where there's like a busy mall, or you know, busy streets of shops and things, and you're like, oh, there's that store over there. I want to cross the road and get to that side to see that store. Be careful crossing the road, Scorpio. You're really going to have your awareness at peak fashion right now, okay? The moon, something you cannot see. Something you cannot see, Scorpio. You're going to have to be on your toes in April. Again, I feel like this is the first half of the month, though. Okay, this is way too much. First half of the month, be on your toes and stay to high ground, right? Stay dry, which is odd, right? Stay dry. Two of Swords in the reverse. It's like a mask. What was that? Was that in Toy Story? One of the dolls, what was it? Sid was the terrible child that was, you know, demonic, and he gave the one doll scissors for legs. There you go. Scissors for legs. Very pointed, very sharp, very cutting, very brutal. The Two of Swords in the reverse is coming out of that crossroads, coming out of that indecision, right? It's making a final cut. You know, it's measure twice, cut once, Scorpio. That kind of thing. Make sure you're making sound decisions. I don't know that in April you want to make any big decisions. I'm going to be honest with you. April, Scorpio, I know I've told you time and again here recently, observe. Like, I sound like a broken record. But Scorpio, observe. Some more. Work on cultivating your space. You personally, right? Work on you. Because you've got people in the background. Whether you know them or not, whether you think you know or not, who they're waiting for a moment. there was a rap song, and I forget who sang it. Like, I remember hearing, "This is the moment," right? This is the moment, do something like that. Or some wording to that. But this is the moment. This is what they've come to do. And it's funny, Scorpio, because they feel as if they've gotten something right or figured out about you. They don't. So that's the thing here. You're unsuspecting at best, right? Like, you're unsuspecting of whatever this is. Ugh, I feel like we need sage or Palo Santo or something. You're unsuspecting, and that 1111, which came out in one of those lives that I did, I believe, for the Aries new moon. You're protected. You are very protected in this circumstance. You don't see it, though. You don't see this coming yet. They feel like this is the finest opportunity they've had in a while to get to you. Spirit, this is years in the making, Scorpio. Years in the making. You know, I get so sick of people who just can't wait to come back around to cause strife. Like, do you have nothing better to do with your time? Get a fucking life, right? Get a fucking life. Look here. I was like, wait, these cards are weird. The High Priestess is sitting in the upright direction in this this deck, which the rest of them are not. But anywho, the High Priestess. You've written the book on something here, Scorpio, but that's the thing. This person, this situation, these people, whatever this is, they think they've figured something out. They've gotten some sort of knowledge, or they've. It's almost like looking at for a loophole in a rule and saying, "Gotcha." No, they don't. But there's something about that could have been, I'm hearing, rewritten that says, no, you don't. Person looking at Scorpio, you don't have that figured out. You're not as slick as you think you are. There's something about that. I don't know. Spirit, pay mind to those who mention you under their breath. I don't know what that pertains to. Pay attention to people who mumble under their breath, where you think you've heard them say something, even if it's a whisper. If it's a whisper, Scorpio, whatever that whisper means, there's a reason there's a whisper. Pay attention to your reputation. Listen, you've got, I would say for 70% of you, you've got a situation around you of people who are, I don't know, it's like they've all awoken. All the snakes have awoken. All of the bats have awoken. All of the vultures, the wolves, they've awoken. I want to know why. Like, you know, I would love for this just to be you, Scorpio, but there's a big warning that comes in with this. And that makes me nervous for you, right? Because I know how hard we go to make things work. It does make me a little nervous when I see this energy. Why now? The Fool, because you've started something new. I mean, it's very, very basic. 19, the Sun. Yeah, talk about the glow. Okay. Everything is getting ready to spill over, Scorpio. Your cup. Love. I think specifically love is getting ready to spill over. It's the one thing, Scorpio. I shouldn't say the one thing, but it is the one thing that keeps you stuck. Damn that love. Damn that hurt. Damn the broken trust. Damn it all. You're getting close to fulfilling all the pieces. And I remember talking about that missing link for you. You're getting close to fulfilling all, like a full circle thing, and then you build upon, right? You're building an empire. I remember saying to you, what, 6 months ago, maybe not even that long, like the one last push they had, Scorpio. Here we are. When you excel at anything, there will always be people who just don't fucking get it. They don't understand how you do what you do, how you get to where you're going, all of the things. And this, to me, is exactly what this is all about. The way I feel about this as it comes out and the way Spirit is addressing it to me. Queen of Cups, I just said it's all about that love, right? That damned love. The Queen of Cups, Scorpio, I mean, there you are presenting yourself with the Six of Pentacles. The clock striking a certain tone, a certain hour, a certain place, a certain being. It's meet me there. Meet me at our spot, right? There was that song, was it Willow something? I can't remember the name of those who sang it. Meet me at our spot. Are you creating a spot with somebody? Did you have a spot with somebody? Is that the place that you would go? Three of Pentacles. What is this about? You know, that rendezvous point, right? 8 of Wands and the Fool. Scorpio, be careful. It's a two-sided situation, leaning into some third-party fuckery. You left a third-party situation, and I'm going to tell you, it does not have to be a cheating situation. It can be a work situation. It can be a relationship situation. It can be a friend or a family situation, right? It could be your cat and your dog situation. I don't know, whatever. You left it for a reason. And now it's like, well, wait a second. Wait a second, right? It could be, Spirit, thank you. This could be an old situation, Scorpio. An old repetitive situation. This could be an old, Spirit saying panel. I don't know what panel has to do with anybody or anything, but just make note of that. Whether this is a panel of people, panel walling, I don't know. I don't know what what stands for. But either way, it is that. And so be aware, right? Be aware. But you've packed up your shit and you've gone somewhere for a reason specifically. You left situational shit behind, patterns, behaviors behind. Got away from that and quick. Look, the World, 10 of Wands. Don't lean back into whatever that looks like, okay? So let's see here. What is this perilous realms and the rendezvous point about, Spirit? Someone is watching. Listen, 3 of Wands. Traveling at a distance. Somebody could be recording, keeping track or tally of something as well. It's like they're trying. It's like they're trying to get one over. Scorpio, this is fucked. Like, I'm gonna have to do more readings because I don't. This is for somebody, so somebody needs to hear this, right? So I'm not gonna negate from that, but at the same time, like 70% of you pay attention. 2, 3, 4, 5. They're not going to they can't let go. It's like going and picking up a damn souvenir, right? Like you go somewhere and you sorry, I had to read something. It's going somewhere and getting a souvenir because you want to take the memory with you, right? You're taking something with you. Scorpio, this is how they take a piece of you with them, right? Like, how dare Scorpio get away without giving me anything? Like, Scorpio is my 6 of Pentacles. Scorpio has breadcrumbed me. What the fuck? I don't like it. I'm not a fan. It's a weird energy. Okay, so let's see something here. Queen of Cups for Scorpio. What is this about, Spirit? Queen of Cups for Scorpio. Look here. The Fool literally just fell, and I said the Sun. I've said the Sun, you know, the spotlight, this new beginning. 3, look at this. You are taking, look here. The Fool literally landed on the Fool. Do you see that? The Fool, and there's third parties. Listen, point blank period. There's the Liar, and there's Now, and there's Harvest. Scorpio, you have worked so fucking hard, right? Call it for what you have worked so fucking hard to get to where you are. There you are. You're doing it in somebody, something, situational people. These are people maybe too, Scorpio, that you have never met in your life. You know, maybe your face is on a billboard. Maybe you're on TV. Maybe you walk into a room and it's a new group of people that you have to work with in a setting. They have no idea who you are. No clue. None. Other people may know you. That's cool too. Whatever. The ones who don't understand what you did to get to where you are, they just go, oh, look at him, look at her, look at them, look at they got the silver spoon up their mouth. No, Scorpios had a really difficult pattern of life to get to where they are. There's a reason, and even if they are young or, you know, accomplishing something sooner than most would, like, it didn't come given to you, right? So there are people who may not know that, you know, you've worked really hard to get to where you are. So it's never been given. It's been, you've been hustling your ass the whole time, right? 26 on the clock. Man, it's been like crazy. Someone's talking about you. So now you get to embark on this new beginning, right? It's like Bill Gates. Bill Gates wasn't born a millionaire, but he became a millionaire. So it's like, oh, okay, he should pay more taxes. Well, you know, we're not even going to get into that, but just, you know, you get the drift of it all. But this is you having something and somebody going, why do you get that? How dare you? Specifically, too, Scorpio rising. If you have a Scorpio rising, pay attention. You've got more enemies than more haters than you've got lovers right now, Scorpio rising. It will balance out, Spirit said, but just be aware. And then with all of that, here today, gone tomorrow, Scorpio. Here today and gone tomorrow. Interesting energy with that as well. And, but the others, the people that know you, 27, 99, they realize that you are leaving them behind to the dust, right? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Had a life before them, having a life after them, and those that have been a part of your life that have breadcrumbed you, not the same, right? So, Scorpio, you're really gonna, this is coming in different. Here's the thing. You may have been used to a specific person, a specific situation, a way that things were done, a certain mannerism. This doesn't look the same. This could be something that looks phenomenal, right? This person shows up, this job shows up, this thing shows up, and it's like, fucking A, yay, 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 yay. And then the next thing shows up, and it's like, yay, 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 yay again. It's like, oh, I got a choice to make. Scorpio, one of those choices are not good. They're not good. You have to discern. You have to take what you have learned from before and discern what is better for you in the month of April. There is a massive choice, communication, delivery of whether it's a message, a package, a gift. There's something here too that you may have been racking your brain about, like, I just want to feel good, right? Like, it's a dopamine hit. I want to feel good. Why can't this just, why does it have to be that complicated? Why do I have to test myself on this? Literally, retrograde review. This is you going back over what you've already learned. Introspection. Look at this. As I say that, there's the past. And look at that. Mars energy, that's Aries. Right? Aries and Scorpio. This retrograde period, Scorpio, is probably bringing up things, 2 6s, bringing up things for you that you really have gotten past. But there is a deep complexity. Thank you, Spirit. A deep complexity to an internal hurt that has not yet been addressed. Scorpio, when you think that you've done all the healing that you could possibly do, boom, bang, bingo, right? Spirit's like, let me show you the next thing that you have not yet healed from. 30:03 on the clock. And here it is. Here it is. This is another deeper layer and level of like, you've worked so hard, Scorpio, on so many parts of yourself. By God, you deserve an award. Eighth house. There you are. And Aries. Here, this is your season. This is the first. You know, look at yourself as, I don't know, what was there? There was Mario, and then there was Mario Kart, and I'm touching nose. I got to see what's going on around me all the time. Whatever the next game was, right? Like, was it Nintendo? Here, show my Nintendo 64, right? When we still had cartridges and you stuck them in the machine and then you played with the controllers. You didn't order everything online. Point being, like, if there was a Donkey Kong, there you go. Show some more of my age. You had the original Donkey Kong, and then there was Donkey Kong 2, you know, whatever little label they gave that one. You've completed this matrix of 1 point, Scorps. And now that you're into this next level or this next world, or we've opened this new book, you can compare it, Spirit, to like Harry Potter kind of stuff, right? Like, Harry Potter had to defeat the first thing and then the second thing, 31:31. The prize here, though, Scorpio, is love. The prize here, I'm not supposed to be leaning on that elbow. The prize here is about what's within. Here, I mean, I'm going to make you really think, and, you know, you don't have to put anything of such in the comments, but how many rendezvous, right, we're going to use this as an example, have you had in life trying to find love? How many moments have you had testing your skill set of love? How many dating applications have you filled out? How many job applications? How many times have you given a particular family member a chance? How many times have you done something the same way only to see that it doesn't work? Maybe you've critiqued it some and it's better than it was, but it still hasn't hit its mark. This is what this review is about. Okay? I hope that's making sense. Aries season, first house, though, is Aries. Dignified strength. I said Venus energy. There it is. I don't even know what sign. What sign is Venus in? I can't even remember right now. What is Scorpio? What is the point, Spirit, of where does this go for Scorpio? Like, why this? Why now? What is the reason? What is the reason? Discomfort. It's to make you move again. I told you it's all for love, right? There's the Venus card. There's the Juno. I just said how many rendezvous, right? 9th house of exploration. So this is going out on a quest. This is learning about more. This is to get you to where you're supposed to be. This is going to be a heart, matters of the heart, Scorpio, that are going to make you dig really deep. So this is Venus. This is, I would say, check out your Venus placement. So Scorpio rising, Scorpio Venus. Oh my God, what is the matter with me? Dig really deep on this one because you're going to need to. This isn't for the faint at heart, right? This is for somebody who can really go within and see the dangers that lurk in the shadows, right? Maybe it's parts of the danger might be stemming from a lack of trust to Scorpio. Like, you know, for some of you, maybe getting back out into the dating scene is good, and you get so far into it or something, and you're like, oh, wait a minute. I remember Carl from, you know, graduation, and he did this, and this guy does the same thing, and I don't even know, Scorpio. I don't even know. I mean, it could be anything, right? But maybe you've fluffed up that resume, and it looks miraculous, and this company is offering you the world, and you've got another company that's offering you the world, and it's like, how do I pick between the two? You're being offered something here, but something is also emulating the past as you explore your options, and you are going to have to use your discernment more than ever in this next chapter. 10 of Pentacles, right? It's like you are working towards what is long lasting, and that's the hardest thing for you, because you've seen threes, 9 of Swords. Working towards this long lasting has always been a fight and a struggle for you with other people, whether this was job, opportunity, relationship, family. You know, you wanted to be I don't know, maybe you wanted to join the hula hoop Olympics. I don't know, right? If we can do breakdancing, we can do hula hooping too, I guess. But your parents wanted you to be a doctor, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go, you know, flip around some hula hoops for a living for the rest of my life. I'm gonna go, you know, sell seashells by the seashore. I don't want to be an eye doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be a preacher. You want to celebrate what makes you feel good, and you are, but there's new people. There's new people, there's old people that are showing up new. And that's scary. And I told you, you're being offered something. The Lovers, the Page of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords is, how do I make that choice? How do I choose between the two? You've got a big choice coming in here, Scorpio, in the month of April. Judgment. You've got a choice to make. No matter what path you take, 10 of Swords, it comes with consequences, right? It's going to create a really, really big ending. And I say big because I feel like in that moment, it feels really massive, right? Because it's like all the pressure is on you to make this specific call. As I say that, there is justice. And someone could, you know, accuse you of cheating, backstabbing, being malicious, of something, right? Scorpio, I don't think you are. If you're the one making the judgment call here, you're trusting your intuitive capabilities. Yeah, look, the 6 of Wands, the Star, the 9 of Wands. You just know how hard you fought to get to where you are. And you want to lay down the burdens. You want it to be simpler. You want it to be easy, loving, free-flowing. Whatever that topic of life is for you. Could be love, could be money, family, moving, right? It could be any big thing. But it is big because it comes with the Justice and the Judgment card. And some people could accuse you of rushing off without looking ahead. I do think you're looking ahead, and I think for a lot of you, you're going to choose what you don't know, because you don't know what is down that side of the street. You still want to look, right? You still want to investigate. You still want to have an idea. You don't want to walk into it blindly. But you also know that what you've dealt with, you know what the end result has been. It's not quite what you want. Some of you, I've heard this now, you know, like the watchdog groups and stuff that are on Facebook, and I think you can actually get online on the internet, check out your neighborhood and stuff. You may want to check your neighbors out too, if you don't know, like if somebody just kind of shows up oddly and be like, you know, where did you come from? What are you doing here, kind of thing. Not everybody is who they say they are either, right? So again, catfishing sort of energy. Be aware. I don't ever really use these cards, but I think I'm going to these relationship cards for April for Scorpio. It's a little odd that I would even go there, but I'm going to. For April. Attraction and make the effort. Scorpio, I feel like you're making the effort of yourself. Attraction, I said like making yourself feel better, right? True love in the reverse. Soulmate, finances, and career could be a factor. Getting to know each other, retreat, and let your friends help you. You guys are running into something or somebody probably on your work path. You could meet them, Spirit, also through a third party via work. So I don't know, maybe you work with someone who's become a really good friend and you guys go out over the weekend and they introduce you to so-and-so and that's how you meet this person. I don't know. But you are getting to know other people as a result in that regard. And it is, there's codependency issues. There's codependency issues here. There's, what is that about? This is going to be the thing that comes up, Scorpio. How you lean into something worth waiting for. One situation, it doesn't have to be romantic love, is going to show you that codependent side of yourself. The other thing or side is going to show you why you've waited so long, or why you've been made to wait, why things never worked out before until now. It's going to make a lot of sense for you at that point. And I think that this comes after Venus goes direct. These 3 weeks is going to be a lot of watching and waiting. A lot of letting, it's communication is such a shit show right now. The internet is a shit show. The Wi-Fi is a shit show. It's all a shit show right now. This would be no different, Spirit is saying. What does Scorpio need to know? What do they need to introspect on here, Spirit? What is it that they need to address in April? Can't make it up. In regards to, they gave me two side notes that you can correlate to the advice you give yourself. And here's the main thing. Describe your attachment style and explore how it has impacted your relationships. Is there anything you'd like to change? Talk about codependencies. There you go. Desires. What would you like to master in your lifetime? Probably love, Scorpio, because it's always been a real pain in the ass. And the last one, mental clarity. How can you create more traction in your life and work? How can you find that balance? Scorpio, it would not be a Scorpio reading unless things were like, oh my goodness, we're melting, right? I'm going to leave it at that. Scorpio, I will get you out something additional in April. First couple of weeks, so this is what you're looking at. This seems to have a real heavy precedent for 70% of the Scorpios out there. So your discernment has never been needed more than it is right now. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you for all the ways you support the channel. Personal reads are open and available. I look forward to hearing from each and every single one of you. Sending you much love. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye.